see by my orange shirt, it is Halloween, and in spirit of Halloween, I'm going to be carving a pumpkin to make a DIY pumpkin hair mask. So I'll link an article down below from naturallycurly.com that basically explains the reason that pumpkin is good for your hair. It has vitamin A, C, and potassium, which is great for hair growth. So I'm going to be carving this pumpkin and doing a hair mask. So if you want to see how this goes, then just keep on watching. First, I went to a local pumpkin patch to search for the perfect pumpkin. But I couldn't find one small enough, so I ended up going to a grocery store and buying a small sugar pumpkin. The first step was to remove the top of the pumpkin. I started off using these cheap pumpkin carving tools I got from Walmart, but they ended up being a little bit difficult, so I went and grabbed a sharper knife. Next, I needed to remove all of the seeds, and as you can see, this pumpkin had a lot of seeds. This step took way longer than I thought it would. I think it took at least 45 minutes to an hour to remove all of these seeds, and I also caught a terrible hand cramp. So after that, I needed to remove all of the pulp from the pumpkin. I used a spoon to scrape the walls of the pumpkin and just pull out anything I could get. This step was also very tedious, and there ended up being not as much pulp as I expected. So this is the messy aftermath of carving the pumpkin, and I ended up with a lot more seeds than pumpkin pulp. This is where things got tricky. So I needed to blend the pulp, and I added a bit of jojoba oil. However, it didn't really mix as planned, as you can see. I even tried to add water, but that still didn't work, and so finally I just got so frustrated that I caved and had to go to the grocery store and buy a can of pumpkin puree. So I bought a can of 100% pure pumpkin and decided to just use that instead. I mixed ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and also coconut oil, but I made the mistake of not melting it first, and so I just put it straight in like that. So then I mixed it all together, and it made this gumpy, disgusting food mess. I threw in a little bit of jojoba oil, but again, it was still very, very chunky. So now it was time to apply this to my hair, so I started off, as always, by sectioning my hair off. So now it was time to apply the mask to my hair. So to put this simply, it just felt gross. I do not do hair food masks, and this one was super chunky. It was messy, it was falling on the floor, getting on my clothes, and it wasn't like a smooth, buttery texture, so it was kind of just like literally putting chunks of food on my hair. And so this was when I realized that this pumpkin hair mask was probably going to be a failure. So as you can see, there are just huge chunks, mostly of the coconut oil in my hair, And so I think that not warming up that coconut oil is really what made this concoction super chunky, because the pumpkin itself wasn't actually too bad. So I just continued to apply it throughout my hair, chunks falling everywhere, food on my clothes, and smelling like a pumpkin pie. So this is the mask fully applied and being 100% transparent. After about 10 minutes, I could not take it anymore, and so I ended up hopping in the shower, and it took forever to wash all of the food chunks out of my hair. So I finally washed all the pumpkin chunks out of my hair, and yeah, so would I say the pumpkin deep conditioner worked? I mean, I had to wash my hair so many times to get all the chunks out that I honestly am probably not gonna do any more food DIYs for a while. It was fun, but it was very messy and very messy. So thank you guys for watching. Comment down below if you've ever tried a pumpkin hair mask or other types of food. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.